people talk about a trip that's once per lifetime, but I think we're able to transcend that in a way to take these multiple trips in one lifetime.
Absolutely. Each and every trip I take is a trip of a lifetime for most people that they would never, ever be able to do. And it's a fascinating thing to be able to do these things that are even on the more ordinary side. The week before that, I flew down to Atlanta with my daughter to go see her violin idol. She's a violin player. She has some people that she follows on YouTube, a duo that is based in Singapore. They were doing a world tour and coming through the United States. And we stopped down in Atlanta because my brother and sister-in-law lived down that way as well. We bought the nicer tickets where we got to do a meet and greet. We flew down on points and we stayed on points and we used suite upgrades and we had all this free breakfast and status that gave us a lot of extra value for our stay.
And maybe you got those tickets on StubHub with the Chase Sapphire Reserve?
It was city early access. If you are a city card holder, you can get tickets earlier than those who are not city card holders. We would have been able to get tickets otherwise for that particular event, but we would not have been able to get the meet and greet because that was sold out before it was offered to the general public. I fortunately knew about it ahead of that, but there's been a couple times where I found out, oh, if you're a city card holder, you can get access to these concert tickets before anyone else. So maybe it's a better seat, maybe it's a better cost, maybe you don't have to buy it on resale from somebody who's jacking up the price to a ridiculous amount.
And I'm looking forward to Vegas. As we mentioned, ZorkFest will be in Las Vegas. I'm going to see Wizard of Oz at Sphere using Chase Sapphire Reserve benefit with StubHub. I'm going to use the Chase Dining benefit to go to Vanderpump at Paris. I'm using the edit credit to stay at Park MGM for a portion of it. I'm coming in before ZorkFest. Using Amex Fine Hotels and Resorts to stay at Fontainebleau. I'm using a lot of MGM comps and rewards from MGM credit card spending. So there's lots going on that points us to Vegas, finding value in Vegas.
I think that's a great tip for people is to realize that there are a lot of different credits and opportunities through all of these cards to use. If there was a tip I were to offer first-time attendees, is I go back and think about my first time. It's not to be afraid to socialize with each and every one of us. Go up and meet somebody and make a friend. You never know when those friendships and those connections and those acquaintances are going to turn into something more and you're going to learn a tip. The very first event I ever attended, you mentioned you're speaking at FTU in the Dallas area. And I had attended a FTU and I flew out all the way out to Seattle where I knew nobody. I didn't know anything. And I sat down in between one of the events. I wasn't even something that somebody was speaking on. And I met a gentleman from Australia. We haven't kept in touch, but we were just talking about our experiences. And he gave me a tip that was useful at the time. That's a tip that I would not have gotten had I not gone to that conference and wouldn't have known